Divide by the 100. Divide by the 100. In fact, this is a really interesting problem because what can I do here?
Just move the decimal.
Or can I just cut off 2 zeros?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is an interesting, because houses nowadays don't sell for this. This is also a good example of a real estate agent getting an 8% commission. And if they sold that house, they would make an amount of $14,000.
Oh, wow.
All right. All right, let's go on. So basically, that is how you do it. It is very simple. We'll do one more here, and then we're going to find right here, $14,000. So his commission is $14,000. Let's do one more. I'm not going to worry about doing it with decimals. This one is going to be, where do I put the 15% on the number 4?
Top.
On the top. So 15 over 100, that is my commission. And on this side, he's going to get 15% commission if he sells on his 3,600 in sales. Where am I going to put that 3,600? On the bottom. And I'm looking for his commission. Well, this one's easy. What times 100 will give me 3,600? Times 36.
I was going to say you could use the same word.
Okay, it's okay. There's different ways to do it. And I'm just going to go across 15 times 36, because we don't need to be multiplying all day, is 540. All I really want you to know is how to set it up. Once you set it up, everything else does it itself. You either cross multiply and divide or go across. So the commission is $540. And this one is 14000. Right. Yes, ma'am.
I think you could have simplified forms with like 8 and 100 to make it 450, and then.
Okay, I could have done. There's lots of ways you could have done it. I like personally dividing by hundreds, so it doesn't matter. You can reduce it first, but then I've got to worry about the 50. There's lots of ways you can do it. And even if I reduce it all the way down, divided by 4 and over 25, then I've got to figure out how many times. So sometimes it's just easier cross multiplying. But then let's go down to this number 8. This time it's asking you for the commission rate, which is the percent. So on the number 8, do you have the percent? No. This is why I like, Mason, get focused. This is why I like the percent over 100. On number 8, we don't have the percent. We're looking for their commission percent over 100. And again, it's going to be, I'm over here, I'm going to have the commission over the original. Okay. So they earned $5,250, and it was earned on $175,000 in sales. Who knows where I'm going to put the $175,000? On the bottom, because that's my original sales, 0, 0, 0, and then on the top it is going to be 5250. Okay, let's stop. All right, so on this one, we're just going to work it out. We're going to see. So I'm just going to, I'm not even going to worry about crossing off zeros yet, because they're going to be crossed off in the end. So it is 175,000. It is big, but we're going to be able to cut some off. And then this one is just what? 5250 with 2 extra zeros. With 2 extra zeros. And then you're going to see when we do this, it reduces a lot of it out for you. So that divided by that is 1. Okay. What crosses off?
All the zeros.
And I could divide by quarters. And let's do that. How many quarters in $5?
That's 4, 7.
No, how many quarters in $1?
4.
4. How many quarters would be in $5 then? 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 more is 21. How many quarters in $1.75?
7.
7. Oh, in fact, 7. What's 21 divided by 7? 3. It is 3%. So the percent of commission was 3%. Yeah, because that's what we're looking for, the percent.
Yeah, so then how much you got over
The commission, if I'm looking for the percent of commission, I must put the commission over here.
Got it.
All right, then, so this one came to 3%. We're going to do one more. Oh, no, this one, they give you a commission. They earned, okay. Now this one, this is, again, why I like ratio and proportion. Because now it's going to ask you for what is the total. So let's look at the number 16. On the 16. Well, look at your paper then. Is 85. Okay, I have to send an email today. All right, so on this one, do I have the percent?
Yeah.
So what am I going to put first?
2.
2 over what?
100.
2. That's 2 over 100, and that is my commission. Now, who knows what I'm looking for? I'm looking for what? The total sales. Well, who thinks they know where this is going to go?
That's 18.
Oh, this one here. Think. Where is this one going to go? Is this a total?
No.
No. This is his commission earned. That's going to go on the top. We're looking for, it says we're looking for the total sales. So I don't know the total. It's going to go right here. This time, I'm still going to go, just cross multiply. 2t is equal to 8500. So the total sales was half of 8 is 4, half of 500 is 250. So again, ratio and proportion, so one time we were missing the total, one time we were missing the commission, one time we're missing the percent. And so you can just manipulate where they go. It works every time. Whereas if you use an equation, it gets complicated, people. It just gets complicated. So this one is, his total sales is 4250. Okay, number what? 16. I'm going to give it, I'll give it to you in a second.
Not 16, up, or number 4.
Okay, I can't go back right now. All right, so now we're going to get to something, again, just doing that briefly. Now we're getting to something a little different, which is a totally different equation. Totally different. Is find the simple interest and the total amount earned. Let me look at your paper. Let me see what we're going to do. And let me look at the time. Alrighty. So we get out here at 29? Yeah. Okay. So we'll have time. So the formula that they should give you on a formula chart is the interest is equal to principal, which is the amount of money you put in. And so write this down on your paper, times the rate, which is your interest rate, times the time. And that time is in terms of years. So we're going to start with the first one. And if there's zeros in the problem, like there is on number 2, I prefer to use a fraction for that interest rate. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the interest. Who knows when you get interest?
Every year.
Okay, somebody raise their hand and tell me. Okay, Sam, what? You get, when you put money in a bank, that money isn't sitting there. The bank is using it to make a loan. So they pay your account interest for the right of using your money. Your money will always be there because somebody else puts in money and they'll give it to you.
Why can't they charge you interest on a loan?
They also charge you interest on a loan. By the way, the interest they give you is a lot less than the interest that you're going to pay on a loan. because that difference, the bank is going to make money. But anyway, that is interesting. You get charged interest on credit cards, on a lot of things. So let's go ahead and start the number 2. The number 2 is, I'm going to look for the interest. It says find the simple interest, and then we're going to get the total. Okay. So go ahead and get this one down. Then, do I know on this, do I know the principal that they're putting in? Is it 12 years? Is it 4%? Or are they putting in $1,100? That's what they're putting in. And I could say this is what they're being charged, and they're going to pay 4% over 12 years. But anyway, so the principal is $1,100 times, I could put this in decimal form. I do that only if I don't have zeros, because you'll see why. How could I, okay, and here I need the interest rate. What's the interest rate?
40%.
4%. In fact, I'm going to put it, just so you see, I'm going to get all my parts first, and then I need the time in years. Do I have the time in years?
Yes, 12.
So times 12. So now I'm actually going to solve it. So I'm going to solve it, and I decide, am I going to do decimal or fraction? I'm going to do fraction. 1100 times 4, what's that over?
100.
It's over 100 times 12. Okay. Now, why do you think I chose to put that as a fraction, the percent?
Because you can then cancel out.
There you go. Then I can cancel out these two, and I'm almost done. So I just need to go 12 times 4 is 48 times 11. So I'm going to go 48 times 11. And again, we're only going to do a couple of these, and then we're going to go on to where you don't have a full year. So this is going to be 8484. Okay, so, yeah. So that is, listen carefully, that is your interest. That is what, if the bank is giving you money, you'll have that much extra in your account at the end of the year. Okay, but now they also want the total money at the end of the year that you'll have all together. At the end of the year, do you just have $528 in the bank?
No.
You also get the amount that you put in. Let me see if I have one. So Sam, come here. There you go. All right, so I also had I had 11. So at the end of the year, they need to give me all of my money back plus the interest that I earned. This is a high interest rate. Oh, I know why it's high, because this is after 12 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so 528, because normally in 1 year it's not going to be that. No. So my total amount is going to be at the end of 12 years. So this is my interest. My total is 1628. All right, I don't know why I'm hearing the talking. Let's just get this done. All right, then we're going to do only one more because we just don't have time. We're going to do one more on this side where it says, now you're going to invest this much money at 12% for 9 years. Okay, so I'm going to look for the interest. It is PRT, principal times rate times time in years. Okay, so do we know how much money he put in?
380.
So go ahead and put 380. What is the interest rate? 12.5%. And for how many years? 9. Yes.
So this is like if the bank uses your money for loans, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I get it.
I mean, I could also look at it a different way. I could have taken a loan out, which I would never want to do for $380, for 12.5% for 9 years. It's going to cost you a lot of money. Let's suppose I borrowed this much money. Let's see how much we'd owe at the end. Let's suppose I looked at it in a different way. All right. So now my question is, how do I want to do this? I could do it 2 ways. I could still do it as a fraction, or I could move my decimal over twice.
Move the decimal over.
You sure? Because I was thinking if I do it as a fraction, I could do this, and then just divide it by 100.
That would be like a mixed number, right?
Yeah, it'd be mixed number.
No, it won't in the end.
Starting off, it'd be mixed number.
No, again, if I could do it really fast without making a mistake on my decimal, is I could do it really fast by just taking this and putting it as a fraction. Because then I just go this, times and to save us some time is, hold on a second. To save us some time, we're going to actually do this by calculator. So 380 times, what am I going to multiply it by? 12.5 times 9. Okay, and it is going to be, but because it's I guess it already considered my decimal because I did put in, did I put in the 12 point? Yes, I did put in 12.5. So it is 42750, but we need to still divide by what? So can't we just move it over twice?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Question.
Yes.
So on the calculator, they keep it.
Okay, on the calculator, I went,
What happened to the decimal?
I put it in there.
I know, I just don't.
Because it's multiplying by 5, I think it reduced it out. So it's going to be 380 times 12.5 times that 9.
That's crazy.
Well, it's because it's a zero.
Zero. Oh.
Okay. So, okay, girls and boys. So the interest after 9 years, the interest is $427.50. But let's suppose I borrowed this amount and I'm paying 12.5%. How much do I owe at the end of the year? Do I just owe the interest?
No.
No, I owe the interest plus my 380.
That's a scam.
That's why you don't take loans.
That's why you don't take loans. Plus, okay, girls and boys, we need to move on. So plus the 380. And in fact, credit cards are much higher percent than this.
Yeah, they're like 20%.
They're ridiculous. So at the end, after just owing 380, now I owe 807.
That's why you don't take better be a lawyer.
Why?
Or you just
Why?
have money.
Class, let's settle down. Flip it over on the back.
Wait, so do we write both of those answers?
What's that? You're writing both because they wanted the interest and they wanted the total.
Oh. But if it was on the flip side.
Okay, flip this over. Okay, boys, let's stop. Go ahead and get on this side. So I'm going to help you set some of these up. Yes.
Can you turn it over because I didn't get the last one? I got the last number for the number 4 that we did.
It's right here. Again, I don't know how many of these we're going to do, but we're going to start 2 years, 6 months. Okay. I'm going to do this middle row. Okay. So we're going to start with this middle row. We may not have the whole thing. So this one just says find the interest. So interest is equal to, this is the A, is principal times rate times time. All right, so on the letter A, do you know the principal?
Yes.
Yes.
$800.
On A.
Oh, $1,000.
So 1250. Do you know the interest rate?
9%.
9%. Okay. And then for 2 years. So we do know the time in years.
Did you just double to 8 to 18% in those 2 years?
No, you cannot. It doesn't work that way. Especially on compounded. I'm not going to try any. It eventually works out to 18. But I'm still going to do it. If I do decimal, I've got to drop this. And I'm going to make the mistake of putting a 0.9 rather than 0.09. So I don't want to make any mistakes. So I'm going to do it this way still, where I drop the percent and I'm putting it on the bottom. So we're going to work with our whole numbers. And it's calculator time, people. It's a Friday. 1250, just make sure I calculate right, times 9 times 2, which is 22,500. 22,500. Divided by what?
100. It's just 225.
So divided by 100. This is why it's nice
It is.
rather than doing decimals.
We use a calculator?
Not right now. All right. So we've got to set everything up. And that is our interest. So that is going to be, and double check, 225. Make sure that it's up there, and it is. And if you want to do the puzzle, you have to find your answer anyway, so at least put it one time. Let's look at this. This one's going to be super easy. So the letter E is going to be super easy. It's when we get to the letter P. All right. So you'll find out. So on this one, okay. So on the letter E, interest is equal to principal. In fact, I'm going to put it way up here so I don't have to write it each time. Principal times rate times time. And then on the letter E, do I have the principal of how much they're depositing?
Oh,
you do.
yes. 700.
700. 700 times, do I have the interest rate?
Yes, 4.5.
So 4.5%. Do I have the number of years?
Yes, 1.
1. And I'm going to stick with over 100 because, again, I'm going to mess up with that decimal. I'm going to mess up, 1, probably moving it, and then number 2, when I'm placing the decimal back, I'm going to mess up. So I don't want to mess up. So I'm going to move that percent to here 100. Oh, in fact, oh, look how easy this is. Who can see it?
45 times 7.
There you go.
Or,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Because don't those 2 zeros cross off with those 2?
Yep.
So 1, 2, 1, 2. We just have to multiply 4.5 times 7.
I did it the wrong way. I just did, yeah, it's,
It's right.
31,000.
Okay, so hold on. Well, we still haven't put it. I don't think it's going to be that much.
It's 31 point,
Oh, yeah, with this one, yeah, with this.
28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, you can't forget that decimal. And then we have to move over how many places? 1. But again, to me, it's cleaner, it's neater without moving the decimal. So it is, and by the way, I have to make it look like money. So $31.50. And it should be up there somewhere. Why isn't it there? Oh, it's right here. So it's the letter E. Okay. Then we get to this one. Okay, so this one's a little tricky. You really need to focus. You may have one like this on an NWE, I don't know. So again, the interest, principal times rate times time. And this is the letter P.
18 and 6.
Do we know the principal?
Yes, 300.
So 300. This already has 2 zeros, so I already like the fraction method. Times, do we know the percent? Can we already go ahead and put 18 over 100?
Yes.
Yes, because you cannot forget that percent. So 18 over 100. But then, if I just put, this is very important, if I just put 6 months, this formula is in terms of years. I'm saying that that's 6 years. I don't have 6 years.
So put it in a fraction.
Well, even before I get it to be a half, they need to know why. How many months are in a year?
12.
So I need to put, we're borrowing for 6 months out of 12 months. Okay, and then at that point, can I reduce that 6 over 12? So 6 divided by 6 is 1. This divided by 6 is 2, and we're almost done. Can I cross any zeros off?
Yes.
1, 2, 1, 2. So 3, I'm not going to simplify anymore because it's getting to be a mess. 3 times 18 is that 54?
And that's 27.
Okay. And then 54 divided by 2 is
27.
$27. And is 27 up there?
Oh.
Yes, right here. No. Okay. All right, so let's go down to the word problems. Some of the word problems are very important.
This is easy as the actual problem.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. All right, let's look at the I and the G. Okay, so hold on a second. Let's just do the I and the G, and then we can wrap it up. Okay. Then, So on this one, this now, oh, this is going to be easy. It says, what was the total amount she owed the bank at the end of the year? So she's borrowing money now. So she's borrowing $820 for only 1 year. Find the annual interest rate. If the annual interest rate is 15, what's the total amount she owes? So interest first is what times what times what?
PRT.
PRT. Okay. Then, do we know the principal that she borrowed?
800.
So 820. Do we know the interest rate? And I'm going to stick with 15 over 100. Do we know how many years?
1 year.
1 year. So this is going to be easy.
What again? Are we doing P?
We're doing the I. This right here. All right.
We already did.
Then, so I'm not going to touch this 100. I'm actually going to go, did you reduce it? It really, oh, I could have reduced here, but I don't want to. I'd rather just go ahead and multiply and then divide by 100. It's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and, we're going to calculator it. So 820 times 15. So 820 times 15 is going to be 12300, and then divided by 100. So what do I get? So I get now the interest rate. The interest is equal to 123, but they want to know what's the total amount she owes the bank at the end of the year. What would I have to do?
Add that to 820.
Very good. I'm going to add the interest to the original.
943.
Is that answer up there?
Yes, it should be.
It should be.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So it is right up here, the letter I. Okay, and I hope you see the value of just making it a fraction. Okay.
Rolex.
Then, okay, we're going to do the G, and I'm probably only I'm going to give you 3 super easy ones to do.
1, 2, 3 is wrong.
943. It's right here.
Oh, I thought we had to put one.
No, just the one. Okay. All right, then go to the letter G, and it says, how much did he owe the credit union at the end of 6 months? So hold on a second, but again, interest is equal to principal times rate times time. Do we know how much he's borrowing? He's borrowing what?
36.
And with those 2 zeros, I like the fraction with that 100. So 3600. What is my, he's borrowing for 6 months at an interest rate of 10%. What's my interest rate?
10 over 100.
10 over 100. Do we know for how much time?
6 over 12.
6 over 12. I cannot put just 6 because that would represent 6 years. 6 over, and you start it like this. Don't put the half right away. I need to see that it was 6 out of 12, and then can you reduce that
Yes.
into what?
1.
This is 1/2. And then we could go straight across. 3,600 times 10 is what? 36 with how many zeros? I'm not going to do that yet. I should have actually done that. You're right. And then over the 200.
It's 180.
And now can we take off the zeros? Yeah, I actually could have taken them off before I did. I wasn't paying attention.
I think it's 18. I think it's
What's half of?
180.
It's 180.
I thought all the zeros crossed out.
So hold on a second. That is just the interest rate. So the interest rate is 180. Let's see if they're asking for the interest rate. No, it says how much did he owe the credit union at the end of 6 months. Does he just have to pay back the 180?
No.
He has to pay back the 180 plus what he borrowed. So I have to add the,
We really have to do the math on that.
It's 3,000.
just do it. Just show your work. I should see all of this on there. So he should owe, and I forgot to put my other answer, 3,780.
Ow.
And I didn't put my other answer. And this one was 943. All right. Your job, people, you don't even have to finish the whole thing, is you're just going to do, we're going to make life easy, is do N, D, and O.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's it.
have a paper to extract it.
I should have some. Here you go.
Thank you.